Nottingham Forest have finally been linked with a centre-back, and a centre-back that is out of this world. Let's talk about it. Welcome to Forest Fan TV. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are, whatever time of day you're watching this. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and welcome to your latest Nottingham Forest news, where we're going to be talking about, finally, as The Rock would say, finally, centre backs. Coming up on top of that, we'll give you the latest on Navas. We'll give you the latest on the links. Just loads to talk about as the window really starts to heat up. But a request from me, if you'd be kind enough to hit that like button if you are new here and enjoying all the content. 45% of you are still not subscribed to the channel, so please take the time just to hit the subscribe button. It's completely free to do. And if you want to be a member, it's only 99p. But let's get on with this and talk about the centre-back that's been linked. Okay, so Jonathan Tah has been linked to Nottingham Forest from Bayer Leverkusen. The man beast, the man mountain, the absolute brick of a defender. One of my favourites. It's something that I mentioned a few weeks ago, that if we're going for centre-backs, you need to target that German league because they've got some absolute beasts in there. And Jonathan Tah is one of them. Now, of course, he's not my number one choice. I'd put him at like number 4 or 5. But believe me, my list of 10 centre-backs is you take any one of them. He plays for Leverkusen. He has been there for years, but he is still contracted until the end of 2025 and is a predominant figure in their team, already having played 17 matches this season. Now, he ends up usually in a back 4, not a back 3. Leverkusen do switch between the two and lately have been switching to a back 3 and got a couple of results from it. In fact, they are 5 unbeaten in the Bundesliga, which spans back to before the World Cup. So, how does he work? Well, he works very well. He's really strong. I mean, he is a physical specimen. He's really powerful. He's not the quickest, but he's not the slowest. But what he's got is a good footballing brain, and positional awareness is top notch. And he would really work well as alongside Niakate. That would be wow. The thought of Tah, Niakate, Lodi and Aurier as a back 4 with Hendo in goal. Well, maybe Navas. We'll get onto that in a minute. That is a hell of a unit, and that frees us up to play with whatever freedom we want in front of that, be it the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3 or whatever. If you got Niakate and Tah as your 2 centre-backs, you are in a very, very happy place. How much is he worth? Well, he's worth about 20 million, but it's going to need more than 20 million to pry him out of Leverkusen. The talk is that Forest are tabling a bid of 25 mil for him. And I'd say even at 30 mil, he would be a bargain. He's at the peak of his power. He's 27 years old, currently 26, I think, around that age, years old. And he's just a beast. He's exactly the profile of player we need for the Premier League. Why may this happen? Because basically, he got dropped from the German national team just before the World Cup. And maybe a high-profile move into the Premier League, into a European winning club, will be the exact catalyst he needs. As Bayer Leverkusen, although are on a 5-6 game streak currently, are not at the higher echelons of the Bundesliga. They're currently sitting mid-table. So maybe a move like this where he can prove his worth at a club in the Premier League would be exactly the kind of thing he needs to help push him back into the limelight, into the German national squad. But it's not going to be easy. But it is good to see that we've been linked with an absolute beast of a centre-back. If you guys know him, let me know your thoughts down below. I really like this, guys. I really like this move. This is the profile we need. No Holgate, no Lascelles, no goddamn Michael Keane or whatever his name is, the Everton rejects. We need a player in his prime, established and looking for a hungry move into the Premier League. And I like this. In the words of Jim Carrey, I like this a lot. So let me know your thoughts on him down below as always. And let's move on to Keylor Navas, who is edging ever closer to Nottingham Forest. Keylor Navas has basically agreed personal terms. Now take from that what you want in that meaning, as basically it just means he's agreed to join Nottingham Forest. The ball is now firmly in PSG's court, and PSG will have to decide how much of Navas's wages they're willing to pay. Remember, we told you he's on about 250 to 300k, and for this move to happen, there is no way in hell Forest are going to pick up the wage bill. So it would require PSG to pick up at least 60 to 70% of that wage bill, but that would still leave us somewhere in the region of 100k. Now, maybe they'll look to pick up the whole of his wage bill. For me, that wouldn't make sense. They got 6 months left on his contract. They may as well have him there as a backup if required. So I would expect them to pick up 2/3 and ask Forest to pick up the final third. Remember, he's got 6 months left on his contract. So come the summer, he's going to be a free agent and PSG would have been able to get rid of him. It kind of is making more sense to me now than it was before. If we can keep him in for 6 months on a really reduced salary, with Hendo probably coming back in after the Leeds match, so he's going to be around probably for the Fulham match, potentially. We don't know. This is, after all, the Nottingham Forest medical staff we're talking about. Has there ever been an injury this season that hasn't had its setback? The only one I can think of is Morgan Gibbs-White coming back sooner. The rest of them just get longer and longer. So potentially this could work. But then the question will come at around the Man City match, the Fulham match, etc. If both goalkeepers are fit, who is going to be the number one? Now, for me, I think Hendo's done a cracking job and I would keep him in between the sticks. But I can't see Navas willingly wanting to go from being a sub-goalkeeper at PSG to being a sub-goalkeeper at Nottingham Forest, even though we are the bigger club. So that's the question that needs answering. That's the question that needs explaining to us. You've all had your say on Navas. Feel free to have your say again down below. But I'm slowly warming to this move. I still would rather Leverkusen, the Croatian goalkeeper. I think that makes way more sense. But it seems to me that the hierarchy at Nottingham Forest are set on getting the shiny, starry name that is Keylor Navas. Get your thoughts in down below. On Angelo Gabriel, this is still moving forward and progressing quite nicely. We mentioned to you what the deal would be yesterday. Santos want Forest to pay a £1 million loan and then 18 million if relegation is avoided at the end of this season. Forest seem quite happy with this deal and are tabling it together to offer to the club. So expect this to progress over the next couple of days as we come in to the fun bit, which is literally the end of the transfer window. A lot of you seem really excited by him from what I've read in the comments so far. So I think this one could get over the line, but it is Tah that I am most excited about. You guys know how badly I want a quality centre-back to come in. Man, if we could get his centre-back partner sober as well, wow, he's you know, secret time here. I would prefer him, but I'll take either one of them. They're absolutely fantastic centre-backs. So that's that on Gabriel. In terms of ASM, we'll give you a little break from the update today as there's no change on that situation. Currently, we've got to get that Gordon. Well, Newcastle needs to get the Gordon deal over the line once he's completed his medical, and then we'll pick that up. That may be an 11th hour deal happening on transfer deadline. We will have to watch this space and find out. If you are excited about Tah, I want to see those comments in the comments down below saying Tah, T-A-H. Get them spammed in the comments because I want to know how many of you are interested in centre-back. That will bring you up to date this weekend on your latest Nottingham Forest transfer news. Please don't forget to like the video. Really does help with the algorithm. And thank you to all the new subscribers. Keep hitting that subscribe button if you haven't already. Get those notification bells on so you don't miss any of the breaking news. And make sure you're following our transfer updates on Twitter at FFTV High Press. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Come on, you Reds.